That's a lot of terabytes. It's a Mega Man! Oh man, it's finally time to get down to Mega Man 10.
Yeah, we did 9, so now we're doing 10.
Yep. Like I said in that one video, we were going to do Mega Man 10 next. So we're going to do Mega Man 10 right now. It's weird that they call it Mega Man X, and a lot of people call him X. They're like, I mean, it's Mega Man 10. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I remember as a kid specifically thinking that this was supposed to be 10, and then we were waiting on Mega Man 9 to like bridge the gap plot-wise between the Mega Man series and the X series. And then they made a Mega Man 9 and it didn't, and then they made a Mega Man 10 that's not X, and it still didn't.
What are you talking about? This is Mega Man 10.
So anyway, Mega Man! Except he's like older and awesomer.
And cooler, and his name has an X in it.
What are you doing, dude? Don't stand in the bats.
Styling.
Yes. Just showing off the invincibility.
Showing off a lot of stuff. So, yeah. This is one series I've honestly kind of been wanting to do for a long time, but it's also like... I kind of wanted to get Mega Man done first, but also at the same time, it's like, why not get into that? Especially because we've done through most of the Mega Man games, and we'll just always have more Mega Man games to work off of.
Yeah, and we'll get to those, don't worry.
Yeah. I mean, we're almost done with the classic series, and eventually we have to move on to the X series, which does mean eventually, yes, we have to do X7 at some point, unless we both retire or die beforehand. Kind of hoping on the dying first. But yeah, no, this is 93. It's like 92, 93. This came out. Specifically in Japan. Probably 92. But, yeah, this came out, and this was the first Super NES Mega Man game.
Yeah, before
7 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And they just wanted to go a new direction here. I don't know if you're going to put the borders on here, but there's that red character there who was originally supposed to be Mega Man X. But then they went like, oh, no, that's too dramatic of a difference here. Let's do something else. So the blue guy is now Mega Man X.
Gotta make a new game to appeal to the new hip crowd that wants cool, edgy heroes. Now, I say that with a sense of condescension, and while it is absolutely true, also, I like Mega Man X.
Yeah, I like Mega Man X.
I feel like the direction the series went kind of petered off over time.
That was always the hard part, because I thought it was like, He has to like make the Mega Man X series because it's so nice and dash and floaty, but I keep going like, you probably like this, and you're like, oh no, I hate this, and I'm like, why do you hate this? And you're like, I hate the story, and it's like, oh, we all hate the story and the way it goes. It's just, I kind of figured you like the way he moves and everything. That seems more fun.
I enjoy the first couple Mega Man X games. I think around the time they hopped system is around the time that I kind of went, eh.
Which is weird, because Mega Man X4 is, like, probably the gold standard for a lot of people.
And I know especially later on, I don't know at what point, but I feel like the X series also turned into a kind of platforming challenge game. Instead of coming with new interesting levels to run around, every level is just Spike Wall Man the level. Here's your level. Do precision spike jumps between all of these platforms.
Anyway,
like, it turned into I Want to Be the Guy, almost.
Pretty sure I Want to Be the Guy was referencing that.
Yeah, but, especially the early Mega Man X games, I did very much enjoy. Not that I got terribly far in them. I remember doing okay in the first X. I never beat it, but I got relatively far.
Alright.
But that is also where my contention comes from. As we're playing through the Mega Man X games, we're going to be doing what we usually did, where we trade off controls. So I play a stage, he plays a stage, yada yada. Once we get a certain distance in, I'm hands off in this, and it's all you.
Hey, that's fine.
Once there comes a point, I don't care anymore.
That's mostly fine. So, this is kind of like what we did for the beginning of Super Metroid, where the default scheme is mostly fine, but it's kind of stupid in some specific areas, and the most specific area is like shoot, jump. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Dash is the A button,
mm-hmm.
and that's like, and you're gonna be going like this the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So what I normally do is I put dash on L,
mm-hmm.
and that's basically the only change I make.
I can maybe adapt to that. Can I change these options mid-game?
No, you have to go back to the menu.
I could try to adapt to that, but also, I play Super Metroid, and I'm used to the Super Metroid control scheme for that.
Well, I know, but it's also like, you use the dash way more, and it's just...
Have you seen me play Super Metroid? If we can't swap back and forth, I can just try to adapt to that.
It should be easy to get.
Like, if that's what you're good with, then I can try to adapt to that.
Yeah, because it shouldn't actually be that hard to deal with everything, but it's definitely one of those, like, if you have problems, we'll come back and change it, because, again, you're playing this as much as I'm playing it, so we shall.
Yeah, but also, if I have trouble, I'm just going to give you the controller, so...
Probably. So we're going to game start here.
Game start!
And now you're at the famous highway.
Heck yeah, lemons!
You don't get a dash right away, so don't worry about it.
I'm instinctively hitting the dash button, and it's not working.
Yeah,
and by that I mean A.
Supposedly, from what I've heard on specific things, the dash wasn't originally included because they wanted a gap between classic players and new players in this. So, you just don't get a dash right away.
Yeah. Man, he just went all over there. So, getting used to the game again. It's jump and shoot, man. There's not a lot to it. None of the D-pad directions do anything.
It's basically the same. That's the reason I have no problem putting the dash on the L button. Is because, what, I don't cycle weapons through one way? Oh no.
Yeah, I typically don't cycle through weapons live anyway. So I like how this guy's health bar is...
invisible?
It's how far across the screen he is.
Oh, yeah, he has to go to a specific spot.
Like, he doesn't move unless you shoot him. And then, like, of course, there are famous/infamous videos out there detailing how good this initial tutorial stage is. But
Listen,
There is
know-
I think this is neat. I do think this is neat that one new thing added to this game is the wall jump.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they teach it to you by dropping you in a pit that you can't get out of. And, like, you don't really have anything other than bumping up against walls, and everything about the wall jump is automatic. You will either slide or jump or something. So even if you don't immediately guess what's going to happen, you will do something with that. And I just think that's a real neat little teaching moment.
Listen, I know his one video was stupid and ill-informed, and then he ended up playing the game and just really showed everyone how stupid and ill-informed he was on that. But he nailed the Mega Man X thing.
Like, he just doesn't move.
I thought the health bar was just supposed to be invisible.
I mean, it kind of is, but it's how far across the screen he is.
Yeah, that's the first
Like,
time
he
hearing
just
of it.
doesn't move, but when you shoot him, he scoots over a little bit.
He's-
And then once he gets into position, he dies.
He scoot boots.
He's scooting. So usually, some of these break. Usually you can tell. Like, the one on the right there has a crack on it.
What I like to do is...
But the one on the left, you couldn't tell.
Oh. What I like to do is I like to, like...
Oh, leave the one floating in the air.
No, it doesn't. If you actually, like, jump over it and get onto the
Oh, I should have
bar...
just stepped on that and then jumped over it. I can't
Yeah.
make the jump now.
I think you can make the jump.
Yeah, they just both fall.
Yeah, if you do it, it doesn't float in the air, they both fall.
Nice attention to detail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't make sense to have it not fall.
Yeah, like, there are a lot of games that would just leave it there, like, whatever. We're not thinking about it, it's a video game.
I
We didn't
hate-
interact with the mechanics in the same way.
Hate those little guys because if they hit you, they back off and laugh at you.
Oh.
And I don't mean like, oh, they just looks like they do that. No, they hit you and then they back off and then go.
Later, nerd.
I mean, they obviously don't make a noise, but they can tell they're laughing at you, and it's like, oh, I hate you. Ooh, you little
This looks like the thing from... It reminds me of the thing from Cutman stage.
Oh, the thing that shot out the
little
scissors.
cutters. Yeah.
Yeah.
If not Cutman stage, then a very similar device in someone else's stage.
Well, I mean, it's a toll booth because you're on a toll road. You're
Yeah?
on the highway,
I mean, that explains all the stopped cars.
and I'm assuming that's just a toll road for the street. So.
Cars! Get out of here. Yeah, I know you're coming.
I'm surprised you didn't jump on it.
I was going to. I didn't expect him to die exactly when he did. Because you can ride those. Once you destroy the guy on top, you can jump on him and they'll drive you off the cliff. Ah! You punched me.
Oh man, it's a cool-looking guy who looks like a guy that was cool-looking but had no characterization. Also, his name's confusing across all language barriers.
I can't jump high enough to get over you.
Well, there goes your no damage run.
Man. Oh no, he shot me.
Alright, let me get over here real quick.
Gotta get into position for the cutscene.
That's rude. So, I know you know stuff happens later on in the series and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a face under that helmet, or is that just his head?
I don't know.
Because,
I think it's just his head.
like, Reploids, for the most part, actually look human-esque and everything. But it just clicked with me. It's like, wait a minute.
Dude!
Yeah, it just clicked with me. It's like, is that a helmet, or is that his actual head?
I like how the highlight on X's cheek makes him look like he's crying. And that's true. We were not, in fact, designed to be a war machine.
Oh, here's a fun fact. The remake for this, Maverick Hunter X,
Mhm.
on the PSP, you actually have to beat him.
Ooh.
You don't have the whole like, oh, you have to get down to a certain percentage. No, you have to. He has a life bar.
Oh.
You have to deplete that light bar, and then everything plays out like normal.
I want to be as powerful as him. He's so cool.
He's so cool and dashing, and has blonde hair and big old...
Really long ponytail that's probably very impractical in battle.
Yeah, and he also has chest-like boobs for some reason.
Got them boob lights. But he doesn't have them on his Sprite.
Wow. Could you fit him on a Sprite?
We'll put a little green pixel in there.
Also, everyone wears diapers for the most part. It's just the way their hips look on the robot designs. It's just everyone, it looks like they got diapers if it starts to go white.
Look, even robots gotta poop.
Actually, I don't know about these ones. We're at that weird point where like they're starting to get human-esque, but they're still robots too.
Save. I did it.
Yay! You just press the B button, exit out.
Hey!
And now we're at the map select screen.
Okay, so despite that we've hopped in the game, we've not actually been given much in the way of an idea of what the crap is going on.
Oh yeah. It's one of those it's in the manual kind of games that get you going and everything. So essentially what had happened is that the previous Maverick Hunter commander, Commander Sigma, went Maverick for some reason, and he decided, hey baby, you wanna kill all humans? And that's kind of what he's doing. He's basically trying to kill all humans.
So he has managed to pull others to his side, and that is the 8 robot masters here. Mavericks here that are effectively raising a stink.
Yeah, they were all of them, I believe, were previous Maverick Hunters, if not civilian Reploids of some kind that just went bad for some unknown reason. Maverick virus, excuse me. Yeah, you actually do get stats on them.
Neat.
He is 7 foot.
He's
8.
almost 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a tall boy. Well, he's only 5.3.
He's very short. They do...
10.
Yeah, 10. Well, of course he's 10.
Yeah, I mean, he's Flame Mammoth.
They do go out of their way to retcon a lot of stuff later, because they were doing a lot of stuff later. But the basic story for now is that he wants to kill all humans so he can make a world for Reploids. The later story is basically...
Yeah, everything to deal with the virus was not yet introduced. Right now, it was just...
kill all humans.
Sigma just said, I don't like this. Let's go do the thing. And then he managed to get some other guys to his side because they're like, you know what, I like it. I like where he's going with this.
I like the cut of his jib. Let us do kill all humans.
And then anyone who decided to fall to his side were deemed Mavericks because they have, I mean, that's kind of what the word means.
Yeah. The original Japanese was irregulars.
Yeah.
So they just went from regular to irregular.
So that's the story on that end. What about the story on our end?
Our end is that we are a B rank Maverick Hunter, which is when Zero is like a S rank. He's either an A or S rank. I think he's supposed to be 2 ranks above you. And the story is that we basically want to help Zero take care of Sigma, but as you saw in that little scene, we're not very strong. We're not up to snuff. But the problem is that basically we're one of the few Maverick Hunters that did not go Maverick in this rebellion. Yeah,
not a lot of us left. Which is the one thing that always gets me about a lot of the X games, is like, yeah, you're the Maverick Hunters. There's 2 of you.
Yeah, there's a lot more behind the scenes kind of things, and especially a lot more retcons later on, but essentially we're one of the few remaining active Maverick Hunters that probably stands a chance against a lot of them.
Yeah, well, like, we're not very strong, but we're all you got.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are, like, other Maverick Hunters that have joined in, but, like, they're probably the actual, like, completely useless guys, generic-looking robots that have trouble with the regular enemies.
The ones that have to, like, you know, take care of the behind the scenes, you know, get you ready for a mission, supply you and all that.
Well, that's like even going through the tutorial stage would take, like, an army of them going in against the army of enemy robots.
Yeah.
Fighting each other, and then, like, they're not going to take out a Robot Master.
Maverick.
Look, there's Maverick applies to a large umbrella. I am using Robot Masters specifically
for the bosses
to refer to the boss level threats.
Anyway,
so though we saw before that, and this is a little bit of plot that I don't know if is ever really addressed, but always really threw me. Is we saw in the intro. X was actually developed by Dr. Light.
Yeah.
And we were developed as a new breed of robot, whereas everything in the original Mega Man series are just regular robots. Maybe they act like they have emotions, but they're kind of just programmed with emotions.
Yeah, they're human-esque, but they're still robots by the definition of robots. Like,
whereas Reploids, as they are referred to here, they actually have human intellect and human emotion. It's not just they're programmed to be happy or whatever. Like, no, they have human-like minds.
I think it's specifically in the manual. It's either the manual for 1 or 2. One of those. It does go over the history that if the login, there was somebody named Kane.
Yeah.
That's Dr. Kane. He was an archaeologist, and he found Dr. Light's lab, found the capsule with X in it, unearthed that, and ended up making a bunch of the Reploids and everything from his design.
Due to him examining X is why Reploids exist.
Yes.
So here's the thing that gets me. Literally, every single one of the robots and Reploids and Mavericks and everything that we will see exists because X's code was studied and they were built from that. Why are we not a celebrity? Why does nobody know who we are or where they all came from?
You got that's Dr. Kane.
We friggin' wake up later on and we are literally the origin. We are the alpha of the entire civilization. And everybody's like, the crap is this B-rank hunter? You don't know who I am!
Okay, for everyone except one specific character, but that's later down the line that we find out their story.
It just bothers me.
I know,
that, like,
I know. I've thought about this before. It's like, wait, they're all based off of X, but nobody knows that for some reason?
And how is there this huge, like, civilization of them that's existed for so long that, like, we're not really but kind of a part of? Like, what's going on here? Y'all janked up the timeline.
It's like that phrase of, I wouldn't know you from Adam, is basically, I wouldn't know you from X.
Like, y'all janked up that timeline.
Anyway, you want me to go for the first one?
Okay, so we actually have to go into the stages and beat them and then re-beat them, because you get items and power-ups and kind of cool things, and then some things are locked behind items that you can get, and abilities and whatnot that you can get in other stages. So you will play through one stage and happen upon something you can't get yet. So you have to beat another stage and then go back to that one in order to get it. Having played this as a child, I always started with Chill Penguin. Mostly because I didn't know a boss order. I didn't have the internet where I could look up what a good boss order was. I just knew I tried to beat all of them, and the only one that I could freaking kill was Chill Penguin. You, however, I'm handing the controller to, because you don't fight Chill Penguin first.
Yeah, I tried this some time ago, and I actually found this a lot easier, especially because there's a mechanic later on that we'll get to for specific things. So, Chill Penguin is designed to be your first one, specifically for one reason in his level, but I start with Flame Mammoth.
Okay. So, I played the tutorial. We're trading off. I played tutorial. He's doing Flame Mammoth. I think if there's any cleanup to do, if like revisiting a stage or whatever, that will probably end up being done by the last person to like proper beat a level. And then we hand the controller off when we move to the next new proper level.
Oh, also, you can just charge.
Yeah, there's charge beam. I think I used that.
You did not at all. You just shot.
I swear I thought I did.
Nope.
Because I knew you could.
You shot the whole time, and I was like, I'm not gonna say a thing. I'm just gonna let him know. I'm gonna let him know when I come in here. I'm just like, yeah, you can just charge the whole time.
I mean, again, I knew you can, but he's got a laser on his head. He does too.
He's a grabby guy.
Yeah, so
melt down those things.
Yeah, so we're playing this on the Mega Man X Collection.
Legacy Collection, yes.
Legacy Collection. Is this on the...
Pretty much on all consoles.
Is it on the Virtual Console? Is Mega Man X on the Virtual Console?
Yeah.
So you could play it there if you wanted.
Oh, wait, are you talking about the online version? Like the Switch Online stuff?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, you laughing sons of bitches. They do the same thing. They hit you with that pickaxe and they laugh at you.
Hmm.
But then I shoot them. Shoot them straight in their faces. Laugh at that now, mommy! I mean,
Yeah, so, I think something else to point out is Mega Man X, I feel like, is kind of the origin of the more revolutionized wall jump.
I wonder what that is.
Most games that have a wall jump took after Mega Man X.
Pretty
because
much.
because it is very intuitive to do this way. As long as you press against the wall, you start sliding. As long as you're sliding, you press a jump, you jump off the wall. It's super easy, super intuitive.
It's so easy that a Japanese kid with an unknown superpower can use it to do his jumps. I wish I was kidding. That literally comes up as a plot point in My Hero Academia. When he's talking about his first attempts to like wall jump and everything with one of his mentors, he goes like, "Oh, it's just like in Mega Man X." Blatantly calls it Mega Man X.
And this does lead then to it does lead then to the standard being that when you press the jump button, it commits you to a short jump arc. Like, which it kind of needs to do to force you away from the wall.
Checkpoint. We're good.
Checkpoint. Which it kind of needs to do to push you away from the wall. Some games have taken that pretty far, so you go on a pretty lengthy jump. Mega Man X does not, actually. You can still single wall jump. It's a very short thing. Kind of just enough time to, like, move the D-pad over so you're pointing in the other direction.
It's why it took me so long for when we did our Super Metroid playthrough to get used to that, because it was just one of those... I'm kind of used to where X has it.
Yeah, it's... Though I think the one in the Super Metroid is...
Oh no, it works perfectly fine.
Yeah, it works fine. It's easy enough once you know how to do it, but it is absolutely non-standard and not intuitive.
Man, a shield enemy that strikes at you from afar, and you need to wait for him to drop their shield to attack?
I've never seen that before.
Nope, never. Not at all.
Certainly not in a Mega Man game.
It's so weird that it's in a Mega Man game. It's, like, just perfectly not a Mega Man staple. Oop.
So I do kind of like Mega Man X, because it's just more Mega Man for the most part. They just went like, what if we had Mega Man, but we gave you just a little bit better control?
Pretty much. Now, I wouldn't suggest this route for a beginner, because this is definitely one of those, like, You have to really understand this guy's pattern to get it.
Hmm.
But once you get it, you kind of really know what to do. A lot of good indicators on who you're supposed to fight first are really dependent on how tall are they.
Chill Penguin is a shorty.
I wish I was joking. It's literally just like, how tall are they sometimes?
So neat thing about this fight is you saw him toot his horn, and then the conveyor belt goes the other direction. Don't be on the ground, he's a sumo bro. Don't be on the ground when he lands. Toot your horn, dude.
I gotta remember, if I'm gonna wall kick up there, I should probably hold off the charging thing.
Hmm. So it looks like he shoots out 4 of those fireballs. That was 5. Cheater.
He will just attempt to clear the screen.
So it can be 4 or 5. And I don't think you make contact with him if he's off screen.
Nope.
Which is cheap, because he can shoot fire when he's off screen.
Yeah, he's an asshole in the manga anyway. He's actually also just a little Met kind of bot, too. He just created the armor around him that was Flame Mammoth. But yeah, I usually go for him because he's actually really easy, even without the upgrade that lets you dash. But we'll be getting that here in a second. Right now, we get our first power-up.
And he's easier than Chill Penguin? Like, that makes it...
Honestly, here's the thing.
Like, you prefer doing this to Chill Penguin?
Kinda, yeah. I mostly like it just because there's a specific mechanic within the game that happens, and like most people never see Flame Mammoth's stage the way it is.
Ah, that's true, because if you start with Chill Penguin...
Yeah.
So that's mostly just showing off Flame Mammoth's...
stage like it is before anything happens.
Yeah, his OG stage. Okay, do we want to count the intro? Let's go ahead for now, because we did a lot of chatting at the start.
Yeah.
Let's call it here. Because I did the intro, and then we chatted for a while.
Well, we chatted for a while, did the intro, chatted for a while, then did Flame Mammoth.
Yeah. So, until next time, everyone, we will pick up with me playing next dude.
Also, just real quick, I'm going to put something out there. There were no filter changes. Your eyes were just playing tricks on you. You probably need to go to a doctor for that. Don't actually go for the doctor. I changed filters. I don't want to cause anybody to do anything.
There were scan lights turned on. We turned them off.